was a beautiful day today. Today is Wednesday, March the 26th, 2025. It's been a beautiful day. The sky's been so bright and so clear. Beautiful clouds all day long. I got to take a drive over to PEI today, so that was really nice. I enjoyed that. Driving over the ocean like that, it's just wide open, and it seems like the sky looks different. Look at that big bubble. It's so cool. And the other bubble popping up through in here too, right? Yeah. Such a beautiful day. See, look at the bubble sitting in that cloud right there. Whoop. That bubble sitting there. Yeah. You say, oh, that's not a bubble. It's not a bubble. It's not. It's fucking clouds, right? But there's a core to it. There's a center. It's it's beautiful. You gotta have the eye. Yeah. It was a very nice day today. Yeah, it's almost like you could touch them. Touch them and move them around. Right? Just move them around. That would be so great to have the power to reach up there, move stuff around. Yeah. I love my life. I wish I had more to say. Things have been changing over the last couple of years, and man, they've been changing a lot for me. I'm seeing a reality every day that people don't see, so eventually I'm gonna have to be noticed by somebody. I'm gonna have to be noticed by somebody, but yeah, it's so hard to find a nice, good spot, to show you where the bubbles are. Right? Because they're always morphing. Everything's morphing all the time. The clouds are morphing. So, therefore, you can't really focus on one specific orb. But it's all orbs. That's the thing. It's just constantly morphing. Right? Like these grapes on the vine here. All these bubbles here that are rolled up there on the edge of that cloud. And it's, there's bubbles all the way around this, right? You can see that with the way the sun's shining through. It's, yeah. It's interesting because that's, right, there's bubble floating here, and there's bubble right in there. It's all, right? It's all camouflaged bubbles, right? You just have to see yourself in it, as opposed to it being something else. We are in this mass of bubbles, and that's just one level of it where we can see how it is. Like this, all two bubbles, white, see-through, bubble right there, see-through, bubbles all the way around it, right? This bubble here, a couple bubbles with just mist, right? See, this all rows of bubbles here. You see through all of these, they're all just resting on the mist of bubbles. These are all bubbles. I'd like to curse and say, what the fuck is wrong with anybody else's vision, right? Because I can see all these bubbles all everywhere, right? Inside that looks like a nose, 2 nostrils, and a mouth of like, an eye up in here, like a dinosaur or something with a cloud over its eye. But, all inside this mouth is just rows of bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. It's all bubbles. But you can't see that, or people just can't seem to see it. It's all bubbles along the edge here. See, that's the see-through ones, and the rest are, see, these are bubbles. It's all bubbles. This is one of those, right here, this is like in Egypt, the lotus blossom, blooming bubbles out of it, right? It's just incredible. Like, I've been seeing all this stuff, the lotus blossom with the stem goes down, and it's, it's all bubbles too. It's all bubbles. Everything's bubbles. You just gotta look like you're in the bubbles. And then once you see everything that's a bubble around you being camouflaged by like this white bubble here and a dark bubble beside it with camouflage around it, right? And there's another one behind it, and another one behind it, and another one behind it. And this is a row of bubbles right here. See? And obviously it goes down in through here. There's more bubbles, rows of bubbles, different rows of different colored bubbles. It's all fucking bubbles, people. Yeah, that's my reality, and I'm sharing it with the world. See, this is big-headed bubble, and it's got a tail that goes up into the see-through ones, and the gray ones come out through here. Bubble, 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 bubbles. Right. The lotus shooting bubbles off the top of it out into the sky. Right. Whoa. Anyway, that's enough of that. See the lotus blossom.